Hey, second grade. Hi, second grade. How are you doing? Happy after Easter. Welcome back to art class. I have a fun project for you today, but don't let your mom be in the room. Tell your mom or your grandmom to go to the other room because it's a secret. Shh. Okay, I'm going to wait a second so they can go. Go on, moms, go. Okay, we're going to start working on a project that will be great for you to give your mom or your grandma or somebody special for Mother's Day, because Mother's Day is coming up in a few weeks, so I wanted to make sure you have enough time to do this because it's kind of a two-part thing. Okay, what you're going to need today is some paper. I'm using black paper. If you have black, that's great. If you'd have any color at all, that would be fun, but if you only have white, that's okay too. So we need some paper, we need a pencil. This is a mechanical pencil, you can use that, or a regular pencil is fine. You're going to need some white glue, Elmer's glue, in a bottle like this, squeezy bottle, or any brand of white glue in a squeezy bottle. And if you have any sidewalk chalk, this will be great. If you have pastels, I'm using these soft pastels, that's even better. So pastels or chalk would be the best. If you don't have those, you can do this with crayons. I wouldn't really use it with markers or paints, so I would go for crayons on this one because it'll come out beautifully. So in today's lesson, we're going to learn about value and contrast. Value means the light and the dark of an object. So for example, on my book here, the dark background and the white title create a big change in value, a big difference between all the way lightest light and all the way darkest dark. So when you learn today about value or contrast, we're working with hopefully a dark paper if you have one, and then we're going to put really light colors onto it. Okay, so that's our project for today. Let me switch my camera around so that you can look down on my desk and see what we're doing. Okay, so give me a second. Okay, are we ready? All right, now I have taken my piece of paper and folded it in half like a card, because we're making a card today. If you don't want to make a card, you can make just a nice drawing and you don't have to fold the paper if that's how you want to do today's project. With your pencil, I'm going to have you draw some flowers. Now, because it's really hard to see my pencil on this black paper, just for the example, I'm going to do this on some white paper for you. Okay, so let's put that aside for just a minute. I have my white paper. I'm going to fold it in half like a card. Okay, and remember, you're doing this on darker paper with a pencil. If you only have white paper, your pencil lines are going to show, but it's a drawing, so it's okay. So we're going to start out with a few flowers here, okay? And I like to start with the middle, so we're going to do kind of a circle, and it's okay if it's crooked. Let's zoom in a little so you can see this better. Okay, so we started with a circle. From the circle, I'm going to make a line that's going to become the petal. And my petal's a little bit square at the top here. And then see how much separation there is? It's not coming back and joining all together in this one place. You leave a little space. Okay, now the petals we're going to overlap. So I'm going to start here now. Make another petal, have it come around and join down at the bottom. I'm going to keep doing that until I get all the way around the flower. Some of my petals might be a little bit longer or a little shorter. Some of them might be a little bit more square than others. But we just keep going like that, coming from behind the flower and joining back up into the middle. And it looks like I'm going to have room for probably two more here. So let's do one, and this guy's just going to be right there. Okay? So rather than watch me do all of these flowers, I'm just going to have you watch me do one, and then I'm going to put some leaves on here. And then I'm going to go back to the black paper so you can see what the whole drawing looks like. So the stem would connect behind the middle here, so I'm just going to have it kind of come down like that. Okay? You can do another flower like right here. I'll put a middle here so that you can see maybe where I would put it. And you're going to continue drawing your flower petals around it. You know what? How about if I just do it? I'll do it really fast, and then that way you can see what it looks like. And if you want to, you can pause this video, or you can watch it a bunch of different times so that you really get a chance to take your time and do a beautiful drawing. Because remember, you're making this as a gift for somebody or as a card from somebody. Okay, so that's flower number 2, and here comes the stem. And you see they kind of crisscross down there. And let's do another one right here. How about I start it right here? I always start with that circle in the middle. It helps me out because then I have a place to start and a place to finish each petal. Did you do anything fun on Easter break? I rode my bike a lot and I put in a vegetable garden. Okay, so here's the third flower, and remember the stem starts right here in the middle but behind the flower, so I'm not going to draw it until it comes out from behind this petal, and there it is. And now I have, let's zoom out so you can see the whole drawing. Now I have 3 flowers. You could put more if you want. If you have 7 people in your family, you can make 7 flowers. It's up to you. Then I'm going to add a few little leaves. So down here attached to one of the stems, I'm going to draw a line like that and turn it into a leaf. Okay? We can even put another leaf coming off this same stem. So it's like that. Then I turn it into a leaf. Might look nice if I have a leaf coming up out this way too. And how about one more up here? This one's going to go like this. Okay, so now we have our drawing, and I'm going to put this aside and get that black paper back again where I have ahead of time drawn all these flowers. See how you can kind of see them? That's why I did it ahead of time on the white one, because it's easier for you to see on the white. All right, now this is the part where you probably will need help. So if there's an older brother or sister, or dad or grandpa's around, or somebody who's not your mom, not your grandma, because maybe you're making this for a gift and it's a secret, get somebody to help you out because this can be tricky. You're going to use your squeezy bottle of glue, and I think you may have already done something like this in class for practice. This is going to be good practice for you when you get to 4th grade, because we do this in 4th grade for the big mission project. Okay, so all you're going to do is use this glue. You have to be careful when you squeeze because sometimes it comes out really fast and globby. These are my leaves. I want you to trace over those pencil lines, right on top of the pencil lines. And I'm just going to do one of these flowers, and then I'm going to show you another card I have already made and put all the glue on. I left this little gap here because this other flower petal crosses in front of it. Okay, so if you get a big glob of glue or a puddle, don't worry about it. It's art. It doesn't have to be perfect. There is no perfect anyway. And it'll be beautiful, and whoever you give this to will love it because you made it. Okay, let's get these last 2 petals. Sometimes too the glue skips. See, like right there, there's a little skip. I can just go back and just put a tiny droplet in there and it'll fill that in. And then here's my last petal. Oh, there's another skip. Okay, so you're going to want to do the whole glue on this thing and then set it aside to dry somewhere secret, okay? It takes several hours. I put mine out in the sun, and this morning I made one and I put it out in the sun and I let it dry for several hours. Then I brought it in and you can see, here it is. But see, there's still a couple places where it's white. Wherever you see white, that means the glue is still wet, okay? So, this is my drawing, and now I'm going to get my pastels, or if you have chalk or crayons, like I mentioned, that's what you want to use for this. And the reason why I think it looks so beautiful on the black paper is, again, what we were talking about with contrast or value. So value, remember, dark and light up against each other. So black is about as dark as you can go, right? And then yellow is pretty light. So I want to make my flower middles yellow. And all I'm going to do is just color inside those middles with the chalk, just like a coloring book, but it's made with glue. Sometimes my chalk is a little dirty, so I always have a paper towel to clean it off in case maybe there's some other color on here and I don't want that. Okay, so there's the middles. And I'm going to put that piece of chalk back. You can take a little Q-tip or your finger if you want and kind of rub that in a little bit because it really looks pretty. And then let's go for the next color. How about if I do something fancy here? Take two colors. I'm going to take a purple and a blue. Okay, yellow and purple. You'll learn this from me every single year that you're in art with me. Yellow and purple are what's called complementary colors. They're colors that are actually opposite of each other. And they look really good together. Red and green, like Christmas colors, those are complementary colors also. And blue and orange are complementary colors. Complementary colors look really good together, and a lot of times you'll notice that sports teams use complementary colors together. I don't remember who it is, but there is a team that has orange and blue. Somebody at your house will know, but I don't know. But you'll notice that. You see, who is it? The Lakers are yellow and purple, complementary colors. Okay, so now I've done this one. I'm going to use my finger to blend it a little bit. Now look at this. Wherever that glue was, the dry glue, this purple will not get into that area at all. It's going to leave a black outline. Let me see if I can tip it, and there, can you see? Okay, and remember I told you I was going to do something fancy. I think I want the middles of these flowers to have a little bit of blue. Just a little bit, like that. And if you want, you can do a little blend where you wipe with your finger. Okay. So there's one flower. Again, I'm not going to do this whole entire thing and have you watch the whole thing, but I want to do a few parts for you so that you can see how neat it's going to look if you have this black paper to use. Let's get a couple of greens and we'll do some of the leaves and a little bit of background, and you'll see what I mean. Okay, so look at how bright that green looks on there. Let's put a little bit of this lighter green in there too. It's fun to mix with pastel colors. Okay, if you get some dust, you can blow it away. All right, so now we have one leaf and we have this beautiful flower. Let's do a little bit of the background. I have a nice light blue here. It's really pale blue, and I'm going to clean it off because there's some brown on it. Now, if I hold it on its side, not up and down like I'm writing, but flat on its side like that, I can cover a lot of area by rubbing the chalk on its side, and I can go around this whole project. So I'm going around all my leaves. I wouldn't do this until the very end, but because I don't want to keep you here watching until the whole end of everything, I'm going to just do it like this and give you just a little quick snapshot. I want to take another piece of blue, a different color blue. Whoops, it broke. And maybe I'll put a little other color blue in there because the one that I used doesn't look so blue to me. It's a little bit more white. Okay, now again with your finger, with a Q-tip, you can blend all that around and see, remember it doesn't stick to the glue areas. That stays black. Okay, blend that all around. If we did this one leaf here, maybe throw another color in there. Blend that. Be careful when you're blending because your fingers can get pretty dirty and you want to wipe them off so that you don't mix colors on accident that you don't want to have be mixing together. Okay, I'm just going to do some of this quietly and quickly so that you can see a little bit more before we end the video. I want you to take your time though. Remember I had some blue there. Okay, Wipe off my fingers a little bit, or maybe I might even have to wash my hands. Blend that. Pick a different finger to blend this. Sometimes I'll even go like this and tap it, and some of the extra chalk will fall off to the side. Okay, so you get the idea. At the end, you're going to have the most beautiful drawing, and I will finish this off and I'll post a picture of it on the instructions. So when you're opening the instructions, you're going to see my completed picture before you even see me make it here. Okay, so I hope you love it. I'm going to say goodbye to you from here. Bye. Have a great day and have fun with this project. Remember, keep it a secret. Shh. Okay, guess what? I decided to fast forward and let you see what it looks like just before I'm finished. Okay, so I've done all the flowers. I've done all the leaves, and then I left the background not blending it yet because I wanted you to see how fast and how easily this blends. Just using my finger to carefully blend and get all the way up to the edge of that glue. What I'm trying to do is not really leave anything that looks outliney. I don't really want to have this outliney look around the leaves in blue like that. I want to blend it in with the rest of the background. So that's why I keep going over some of the same areas, just so that I can get a nice blend. At the end, this is pretty dusty, just like sidewalk chalk outside in your driveway can get smeary. You're going to need to be careful when you give this to somebody because it can rub off on your clothing or on your hands. So just be careful. You may want to put it inside with another piece of paper on top of it to protect it. Ask for some help. Ask an adult for some help on what you should do to make sure that it doesn't get all smeared. Okay, pretty good blend everywhere. Just going around it one last time just to make sure that I like everything. Right here I've been coming back to that spot a lot. I think I must want to fix that some more. Okay, here we go. This is our beautiful drawing for Mother's Day. One more time, I'm going to tap it against my counter there, get rid of some of that extra chalk, and now we're all done and you have a beautiful painting, or drawing, or a beautiful card that you can give, and you can make as many of these as that you want. I hope you liked it. Have a great day.